Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm set up in the kitchen because I wanted to have my, no, it won't reach, atomizer plugged in on a safe surface. And I've just got a drop of lavender oil in with the water and it smells lovely. Because what I'm going to do is show you a series of various things that you can combine into a massage. And I've been using this on myself the past days and I thought, well, why don't I share it with you? I've done training, I've done massage courses, I've done Indian head massage courses, I've done Reiki, I've done reflexology, but only for the top half of the body. For the bottom half, the course was cancelled. So if anybody had a problem up here, okay. Any further down, no. But I've never used any of them professionally. Apart from combining them to work with the parents when I've been doing hypnobirthing. And it's important for during the pregnancy and birth for mum to be relaxed. And by teaching dad how to do these various actions, then that helps. And I'm sure that lots of them were sticking pins in my effigy because when ran through it in the class with the mums and dads or mums and partners, then mum would always say, oh, don't stop. So I have visions of that being repeated with regular monotony, but it worked. So that was good. And there's a whole mix of different styles thrown in for good measure. If you've got any problems with your hands, your shoulders, your arms, your neck, omit those bits. Don't omit any others unless there's a problem. So let's have a go. And with anything else like this, as I say, I'm using lavender, but if I did this in the morning, I would use wild orange, which gives you a lift rather than, and you can use this anywhere. Mums, I always used to get them sitting backwards, leaning onto the back of the chair with a cushion so that they could drop their heads when necessary. But you can do it yourself, for yourself, if you haven't got anybody to do it for you. Unfortunately, Mishka and his claws would not be a good way of being massaged. Probably. I've never tried it, so I shouldn't knock it until you've tried it, but I think I will take a rain check on that one. But before you start, or to indicate that you're starting, 3 or 4 deep breaths. I'll just do one because you can pause at any time during this to do however many you feel you need to do. But just make sure that it's a long, deep breath in through your nose and an even longer one out, because that has been proved to lower levels of anxiety. So we'll start with the arms and just push one arm as far as you can, not to hurting point, just push to give your arm and your shoulder a stretch. And then back. And the same with this one. And then back. And I would repeat that about 3 times on each side. Then we'll move to the shoulders. I want you to really hunch them up as tightly as you can. Hunch them really tightly and then let it out with a sigh. And again, really tight, hunched up. So you see why I say if you've got a problem with shoulders, don't do this one. And drop. And by hunching, we're increasing the tension so that when we let it drop, we're increasing the feeling of okay. So again, if it's an area that you're struggling with, then do a few more of those. There's no set rule. I always used to make it up as I went along with mums and dads, and I do for myself now, depending on where I feel achy or whether I just run through and do lots of each. So then our neck. Again, if you've got a problem, be very gentle. But we carry a lot of stress and tension in our neck. So just very gently turn to one side and slowly back and turn to the other and slowly back. Some people do say push, but I don't like to do that. I prefer just to go with what our body can achieve. We're not aiming for strengthening, we're aiming for relaxation. So again, slowly one way and back, and slowly the other. And I can hear a bit of graunching going on in mine there. Then down and up and back and up, okay, down, and I can actually feel that pulling down my back and up and back. I can feel that in my chin and across my chest and back. Then just slowly, gently rotate and back the other way. If you feel any sign of dizziness, stop and don't include that bit again. Okay, so now we move on to face. Stick my hair behind my ears, and our ears are a place that we ignore. So between your thumb and, I'm using 2 different fingers, doesn't matter, whatever's most comfortable for you. Just grab the edge of your ears and gently rotate. And move down and down. And I can hear my ears clicking away. And the lobes. And then back up. And you can do these in the car, not when you're driving, but if you're stuck in a traffic jam, and I have been known to sit there when the engine's switched off and I can see that there's, not going to be any movement, I'll sit and do these in the car. It's better than sitting and going, oh, what's going on, what's going on? I'm then prepared to move onwards. So that's the ears. Now the eyebrows, the brow ridges. So this is where my eyebrows will disappear. So I'm glad I'm not too close to the camera. You can use your thumbs, but I prefer to use my index finger with the next finger on top. You find your brow ridge where your skull ends, down from your forehead and above your eyes. And I prefer to close my eyes at this and just gently apply pressure and lift and move along and move. And this I find is great for helping with a tension headache. And once you reach the outside, the same underneath. Again, find where the bone ends and press all the way along, slowly, slowly. I think this is a bit of shiatsu. Could be wrong, probably am. Okay, so down the side of your nose, just on your face to where you feel that bone at the bottom. And again, this helps with relieving the sinuses. Okay, so now we've worked on that area. Just put your hands over your eyes and just very gentle pressure. Don't push and shove, just a little gentle pressure with your eyes closed. Okay, now your jawbone. Thumb, index finger up, thumb below your jawline, and just apply that pinching again. Not so that it hurts. We're not looking for how masochistic you can be. We're seeing how self-caring, self-nurturing you can be. Okay, right. So now for the scalp, an area that we often ignore. This is where I end up looking like the wild woman of Borneo. But the idea is to separate the scalp from the skull, because when you tense, it tightens, and that doesn't help with any headache. So, first of all, as if you are washing your hair, but keep your fingers still and move your scalp around. Move all around your head. And this is one that I can keep doing for ages. And I'll sometimes sit in bed doing this at night. Okay, so now that we've begun to ease that, one hand on one side of your head and it just increases the blood flow and adds to that feeling of relief. And on, all round, all round. Okay, now this bit, you get your hands, if you bald, this is difficult because it's using your hair. If you've got short hair, it's easier than if you've got longer, but put your hands, your fingers through your hair so that your fingers are on your scalp, and a bit more of that washing movement but you're actually moving the hair in a different way. And again, all the way around. This is one that dads used to struggle with until they'd had a good play with it. Okay. Then I used to say, when I had migraines, I used to have a lot, I'd ask my son, please, will you pull my hair? And it sounds weird, but just get hold of bits of hair, pull it, tension depending on what feels right for you, right to the end. And it looks pretty awful, but actually it's very relieving, so long as you don't pull too hard. It's not like that. I don't know if you used to do when it was anybody's birthday, you'd grab them by the hair and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not like that. Just get the hair. That's the worst bit, trying to separate it when you've got hair that likes to stay together. And don't do it after you've just had a blow dry. There we are. And last of all, one hand on the back, one hand on your forehead. Close your eyes and just squeeze. Again, gently. And this way. So there we are. Have a go. Miss out any bits that you're not keen on. If you've got any creaky bits, miss those out. If you don't like your hair being made a mess of, tough, have a go. All right, on that note, thank you for joining me, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now. Bye.